Hey guys, Nigel from Aquarium Central, and welcome to Friday, which means we've got another live fish unboxing. Looks like we've got a little bit of internet problems, and hopefully we can make our way through this. But we've put aside some of the goodies of fish that have just arrived. We get many different types of fish arrive throughout the week. Fridays, we just put a little bit aside, show you what comes into our stores and put it on our videos. What did come in this week is a variety of very rare Gouramis species. If you're not familiar with those, they are like the Crebensis cichlid species. We've got Nigerian reds, Malawis. We've got a few different types in, and they're being sold in pairs on the website, males and females. So if you're after something exciting, something rare, something to breed at home, maybe they're the fish for you. So check them out. They're already on our website. There is also a heap of new rare fish that arrived in our shipment today. Let's get into it and have a look and see what we've got. First one out of the box is another cichlid. This one is from Madagascar. It is a Madagascan cichlid, and it is the Spiny, sometimes also referred to as the Starry night cichlid. And that is because this guy goes jet black with white little dots on him and looks like the galaxy. So the Starry night or Spiny, it's a Madagascan cichlid from that island of Africa. Not something we get all the time. Good to see them back in stock. These are very popular whenever they come in, and there's some nice colour showing out on these guys. These are your Peacock eels, also known as the Spiny eel. Peacock eel, they do get those dots of those eyes on the tails, just like the peacock bird. But these are, of course, a wet, eely critter. So these are your Spiny eels. Got a very long, pointy nose on them. Really active, as you can see, swimming around in the bag. Next, another very unique character, and this is the elephant nose. So this guy here gets its name. Not hard to tell why. You can see that trunk on the front of its body there. Now, these guys are pretty much blind. That trunk on the front of their body lets them feel the most minute vibrations in the aquarium. They do send out an electronic pulse, a little bit like bats, and it's a little sonic wave of how they can make their way around the aquarium without having been able to see. They use that little snout feeling along the gravel, and they'll feel the slightest vibrations, find them little bits of food to eat. And this is your elephant nose. They're really good size at the moment. They're about 15 centimeters. I think we've got them listed on the website as 10 centimeters, but they are about 15 centimeters in size. Next, a great one for the nano aquarium, and this is the sparkling Gourami. So the sparkling Gourami, really good with shrimp. They don't eat your shrimplets. They don't get very large at all. They only stay small like they are in this bag. And they call them the sparkling Gourami because along the sides of their body, they've got iridescent little blue dots that glitter and sparkle like diamonds on the body. So this is the sparkling Gourami. It's a nano species, great for those small aquariums. Now, if you like Gouramis, we've got a couple of oddballs in today. Let's have a look at those. Last time I got these in, they were very popular and sold out very quickly. And these are your balloon opaline Gouramis. Now, they're all washed out in the bag, but they do get a very blue coloration with a black marbling pattern. And they're ballooned, meaning they're short-bodied, very peaceful compared to the regular version. So they're ballooned opalines. And this time, first time ever here at Aquarium Central, we have ballooned pearl Gourami, also known the lace Gourami. These guys have that lace pattern. They get red throughout their bellies. We've already had customers drive all the way to come pick these up today. That's why we had to rebag them. They didn't want to wait till the end of our unboxing. They are super cool, and they saw them on our website. It's the first time we've had them today. So there's the ballooned pearl Gourami and the ballooned opaline Gourami. Next, the Killifish, and this guy is the clown killie, also known as a Panchax or a rocket Panchax. And you can tell with these guys, once you get in the aquarium, why they call it the rocket Panchax. The back of the tail on the males has this literally a red jet coming out the back, that looks like a flame out of a rocket. They're really cool. They're only a small nano species. They don't get very large. So they're also great in those shrimp tanks. We have them in with our shrimp here in the shop. Easy to breed, just get some hornwort, some floating plants in there, and they'll lay some eggs and breed for you. Now, they aren't an annual killie, those guys, so they just breed in the aquarium, unlike the annuals, which the eggs got to dry up and the parents die off. You know, those are regular. Now, don't think these are going to make it onto the website, sorry guys, but we did, with those pearl Gouramis that we did get in, we did get two. We did try to buy more, but unfortunately we didn't get them. 2 golden pearls. Now the golden pearl gets a yellow through the body with little bits of red and that lace pattern. These are quite unique, well looked up. People try to find them. We tried to get more. We can only get 2, so we'll probably find a home for these in the aquarium here in the shop so we can admire them and you guys can admire them when you come down to our store. Moving on, we're getting into some catfish now, and always the standard albino Corydoras. So if you're looking for a cheap cleaner to scavenge around the aquarium, eat those scraps and leftover wastes of food, the albino Corydoras may be the guy for you. Very, very active. They swim around all day. They love to be in a group. Now, if you're after a Cory, but you're after something a little bit different to the albinos, maybe you're after the Barbados. So the Barbados is here, also known as the bearded Cory. It doesn't get as large, but it is longer and more elegant in shape, and it has that blotchy marbling pattern to it. And this is the Barbados, otherwise known as the bearded Cory. And another for the nano, we've got a few nano fish species coming in today, is the licorice Gourami. So the licorice Gourami, much like the sparkling Gourami you had before, only stays small, but it has these chocolate and black lines on it, like licorice ore sorts. Now this is your licorice Gourami. Again, only stays small. They're quite cool characters, actually. All right, that's it from that box. Let's keep going. I think we're about to get into the more unique, rarer things that we've never had here before at Aquarium Central. Before we do, I've seen these little bags floating over there of these oddballs. These are so good at the moment. They are really, really good quality African butterfly fish. Otherwise, its real name is the Pantodon. So the Pantodon, or the African butterfly fish. They call it the butterfly fish because it has these wings out the side that looks like the wings of a butterfly. Literally, 2 large pectoral fins on the side, which look like wings. Let's see if I can get it on the camera there for you. I can't quite. If you jump on YouTube, look up this guy on our YouTube channel, you'll see a picture of him looking face down in a bucket, and you'll see their wings and gliding around in the bucket. They look really cool. So it's African butterfly fish, otherwise known as the Pantodon. Let's see what else. All right. Now, everything else coming out is very unique. We haven't really had here before. Some of these we probably have, but we've just received the largest shipment of Medaka, or the Japanese rice fish, that we've ever received. We have now currently in store over 20 varieties of Madakas, the rice fish. So if you're after something cool, a little bit unique, a little bit different, easy to breed, something to put in your ponds even, these are the guy. They don't require a heater. They are cold water species of fish. Don't need a heater at all. But let's see what we've got. Hopefully they're named, because I don't know all these fish. So hopefully they've got a name on them. All right, so these are Medaka Romage. Now, these have look like they've got a long fin variant. So they've got long flowing fins. They're a little bit silvery gold in pattern. Hard to tell because they've been in the box. We don't really know. I'm not familiar with these fish. I'm not sure what they're going to look like. We really need to get them in the tanks and have a look. But they've definitely got long fins. So this is the Romage or Romage. So remember that one if you're looking for one with long fins. Oh, these look like a red cap. We've had these before. Let's have a look. No, they're called 3 colors. So the 3 colors, and they're lame. So Medaka lame, and they've got glittery on them, and they're meant to have 3 colors. They've definitely got red caps on them. Hopefully they're glittery, and hopefully they get some kind of other color pattern to them, because that's what they call them, Medaka 3 color. This one is the Hong OK. Now looking at these, I can see there's quite a bit of metallic coloration in them. They're reflective, got a little bit of a red to them as well. Definitely metallics down the back. Now, if you're not familiar, Madakas look fantastic from above. So when you're looking above them in your pond is when they look the best. You look at pictures on the internet, you'll often find there's always photos of them from above, because that's generally what you're looking at in the pond. And they want to show that off to you, all that sparkling and metallics and different colors. So this is the Hong OK. Next we have the Queen Hossidea. Queen Hossidea. So the Queen Hossidea looking a little bit longer fins on this one as well. Almost looks like from the bag, again, can't tell. Almost looks like a gold Medaka, a little bit patchy. So this is the Queen Hossidia, Queen Hossidia Medaka. Like, I'm as blind on these as ever. I don't know these species of fish, so I'm doing my best to describe them to you, what they look like. Now, these are a red cap. A little bit more whiter in the body and red on the top. So this is a red cap Medaka. I'm sorry you guys can't see that on camera. We will try and get some overlay footage as soon as they're in the aquariums. But that's the red cap. Kamachi. They all look very similar coming out of the box because they're in a white box. So it looks very much like a red cap, but the red's going much further down the body. And this is the Kamachi. Now, these are different, almost platinumy. Platinum with a red cap, almost. They're like a platinum with a red cap. Definitely very metallic when you look on top of them. And this is the Medaka Elf, okay? So the elf variant, okay? Now, do you get golden pearl? Golden pearl, someone's asking, do I ever get golden pearl? I'm not sure what you're asking about. Are you talking about a flower horn? Not so quite sure, but if it is a flower horn you're asking about, have not been able to get many flower horns for years. Oh, these are very bright red. And these are called red and white lame. So there'll be a red and white pattern with some sparkle. And they are definitely much more orange showing. You can see that in the bag than the others. Bag's leaking on this one, so we'll get them sorted. Blizzard. Okay, so the blizzard to me just looks like a platinum. When you're looking at it, there must be a difference between them. But this is the blizzard. Maybe they're more white than platinum. So the blizzard Medaka. And this one, black lame. So we already have black in the store. These are black lame. So they'll be black with that metallic sparkle in them. They just look silver in the bag right now because they're coming out of a white box and out of transit. Red caps, so some more red caps. I already have those ones, so just the white with the red. Okay, these ones here, Ulysses Medaka. It almost looks like a one with red blotching all through it, so almost like a marbled, but red marbled. Medaka, okay, I know you guys can't see, so you're just going to have to watch them as they come on the website. They're already on the website. We haven't got all the photos up because you can't find photos on the internet for these guys. There's some very dark ones in here. These ones are called grey diamonds. They're blacker than those blacks already. They're called a grey diamond. They're definitely sparkly on the top. Lots of platinum metallic shine on top of them, so they look really cool from above. They almost look like a samurai fighting fish when you're looking down on them with dark black and white patches. So these are grey diamonds. That is not a Medaka. I'll pull that one out last. All right, some more Medakas. These are twilights. Now these are definitely long fin as well. And they are very dark. They call them twilight. A little bit of yellow in them by the looks of it. So they're a dark colour, bits of yellow. Very hard, again, very hard to tell. They're coming out of a white box. We'll wait and see. Oh, these are very orange. What are these? Red Emperors. So move over the golden Medakas. These guys blow them out of the water. These are very, very orange for inside the bag. Well, these will go red once they've been in an aquarium or a pond. And get them on some food, get them on the Aquaman Super Colour. They will go intense red by the looks of it. Very, very orange. I think they will be probably one of the most popular. And these have got long fins and a diamond-shaped tail. And they're called white galaxies. So they've got different finnage on all these guys. So this is a white galaxy. That's it for the Medakas, guys. The very last fish, another one from Madagascar. But this time it's not a cichlid. It is a rainbow, and it's the Celebes rainbow. Comes all the way from Madagascar, and it very, very, very much looks just like our Australian Pacific blue eyes, but it's not a Pacific blue eye. We often get people say, why are we calling our Pacific blue eyes Celebes rainbows? Because they're different fish. They just look the same. All right, so here they are, Celebes rainbows, very similar to our Australian Pacific blue eyes. And talking about blue eyes, we have the neon blue eyes in stock right now. They are looking sensational. Now, if you're looking to buy them, my advice would be get online and buy them this weekend because one of my staff wants to buy the lot. They are that good. He's waiting and waiting until, we have a bit of a rule here to look after you guys online, is they can't buy our fish for 2 weeks unless they're willing to pay full price here with my staff. So the staff are chomping. One particular staff wants to buy all of the neon blue eyes. So if you want them, get online this weekend and grab some, because by the end of next week, they will be all gone. Someone wants to know, do we have whiptails? We certainly do. We got long nose, we got royals, we got Farlowellas. We even have the red lizard whiptails in stock, and they are looking sensational. And I think if you hunt around, we might even find 1 or 2 commons. So there is whiptails in store. Yep, most definitely. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next week on our live fish unboxing.